I would have swapped everything I'd succeeded, to kept him around, Oh gosh. I went to Germany to this big conference, and I did quite a big presentation on the group, and the reaction in the room was huge. And so, and I also was hearing the record was really selling, and I called, and I could just tell something wasn't right. Then I phoned back, and she told me, and I'm like, God, I can't believe it. Because I genuinely, at that point in my life, I just believed my parents were going to live forever. I mean, it was that. And yeah, it was tough. Because the hardest thing when you lose your parents is you can't even think about them afterwards because it's too difficult, everything is. And then after a while, it's like when I have a question in my mind, I do talk to them in my mind. What would you do? And I know what they would say. So I really do still believe they're with me. It was the longest trip home from America. That flight, it was bad. I think he would have got a real kick out of seeing me on a TV show. I know he would have just found the whole thing really, really funny.
He didn't see you on a TV show?
No. That came a few years later. He'd seen me, succeed, and that meant as much to him, I know, as it did to me.
People often describe they understand the nature of what their priorities should have been in their life when they experience the loss of a parent, because you're right, we grew up. And even now, it's almost like I think my parents are going to live forever.
Yeah.
It hasn't crossed my mind. I'm living my life as if they're going to live forever.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like I said, having gone through, which was no question in my losing, both my parents was the hardest thing that ever happened to me. But I can sit here and honestly look you in the eye now and say, in time, it'll get better. And you think, no, it won't. And the truth is it does, as long as you believe. And you have to believe that their presence is still there with you. And I do genuinely believe that with my mum and dad. My mum, she started to get dementia, but, fortunately, saw Eric. She really wanted me to have a kid. And she bought him this brown blanket. And he still has it. Literally, everything is about the brown blanket. Where's my brown blanket? And he said to me, when he was about 2 or 3 after, she passed away, he says, he just looked up at the sky one night, and he said, I'm thinking about Grandpa Eric and Julie. And it was just the way he said it. It was like, gosh, why would you say that now? And that's when I genuinely really started to believe they are still somehow with us. It's not a total loss.
You described the loss of your father in an interview in your book where you said it put everything into perspective. All the things I thought were important, chart positions, doing showcases with the band and everything else, none of it meant anything anymore.
Yeah, it's true.
Really?
Yeah, genuinely. I can say that because, of course, I really, really enjoyed every successful moment of my career. Even when things haven't gone quite to plan, there's still a story, or something to be learned from it. That combined joy versus the devastation you feel when you lose someone, it really is meaningless.